Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Creatnprocess. In today's video, we'll look at how you can create this dynamic pixel stretch effect in Photoshop. In the previous video, we have seen how you can create a linear stretch effect and a circular stretch effect. In this tutorial, we'll be doing this in-depth tutorial on how you can create a design just like this using the wrap option and create out a cool dynamic effect. So to create this design, let's open our image. So I'll just open the image. I'll be using this image for our design. So let's open this in Photoshop and we'll remove the background, and the background process is very simple. We'll be using the selection tool, and first of all select the subject, and it will select the subject, but as you can see there are some portion which has not been selected properly. So for this, either we can use the layer mask option with the brush tool or the pen tool, or you can directly go and select mask and try to do it, but as you can see it's not functioning properly. So let's do it using the pen tool. So select the pen tool and let's just trace it out. So just go in there, click, just trace out and maintain the flow of the character like this, and just continue following like that. Just to finish off this selection area, I'll just fill this up, click and just complete the selection area, then right click and make selection, and then add to the selection, and this will add it to the selection. Same, we'll do this for all the other region where you feel like we need to do this adjustment. So just select the pen tool and just trace it out like this, make a selection and subtract it from the selection. So subtract it from selection, and I think over here we need to do some little bit of correction with the flow. So just make selection and add to the selection like that. Just go in there. Okay, over here we need to do some adjustments, so I'll use the pen tool and just trace out this region. Just follow the trackpads. So I'll just finish off this, and what I'll do is right click, make selection, and we'll subtract it from the selection. Over here we can do the adjustments, so I'll just add to selection. Here as well, right click and add to the selection. Over here what I'll do is let's try to use that making selection option. So I'll just go there, make selection, and just select and mask, and let's try to use this effect. So what we can do is we can just draw it out over here, and for the last part as well we'll use this to try to get that details like this. But as you can see here, it's removing that white portion. So it depends on where you are doing it. So over here it will function very properly around the hair region, so I'll just apply it at the hair region like this at the edges, so that we don't lose lots of details, just to make it blend with our background. I'll just click OK for now, and here I'll just use the pen tool just to make sure everything is properly selected. So just select trace the shoe, and I'll just complete this shape over here, make selection, add to selection, click OK. So the selection is properly done, and I'll just apply mask to this layer. And after this we'll do some adjustment with the masking. So with the alt press click on the thumbnail of the mask layer, and with the brush tool selected, you can either apply white color where you feel like it should be properly masked. Here as you can see we can apply white color like this, or you can use the dodge tool. So I'll select the dodge tool and just apply it like this, and it will apply. And with the burn tool we'll remove that gray unwanted selection on the outer side. So here we need some dodge tool, so I just select the dodge tool and just add some details to the hair like this, and with the burn tool we can remove the extra unwanted selection in between the hair like that. And once you're done, we're happy with that, with the alt press click on the thumbnail, and here is our image. Now to create this design, let's open a new Photoshop document. So add new, let's set the size something bigger, so let's set it to 15 by 900 and create. So here's our document size. So let's drag this image and drop it to our main document. Let's convert this into smart object and scale down the size. Okay, and now we'll select the pixel from this image, and as you can see the character is not straight. If you try to make a selection, it's going to select a very small section from here till here, very small section. So we want a complete selection of the pixels. So what I'll do is I'll follow the same step as we have done it in our previous design. Select the pen tool and just make a line from the center like this, and as we go down, and after that just make a selection. Okay, and selecting this image, press Command or Control J to create a duplicate of the image, and if you hide the main image, you got this image. And now we have all these outline of the image. We got all these color combination. Now if we'll follow the same step, what we'll do is we'll create a duplicate of this and shift 1 pixel to the left. So Command or Control J and left, Command or Control J, left, J, left, Command or Control J, left. Just follow this step for multiple number of times until you get a smooth surface. Now as you can see, I have duplicated this layer for multiple number of times. Now let's select all the layers except our main layer and merge the layers. And we got a single image. And now using the pixel selection, there's single column marker tool. Just select a row over here. As you can see, we got the whole section. Command or Control C to copy. Let's hide this layer now. Add a new layer. Let's deselect. Add a new layer and Command Control V. And here's our pixel line. Now let's stretch this. So with the Command Control T pressed, now with the Shift press, click and drag on the right, click and drag on the left, and enter. And here is our pixel. Now the next step we're gonna do is to create this effect. And to create this effect, first of all, let's align this to with our character. So here's our character. I'll just place it around here, and I'll just select both the layer. And before that, I'll just convert this into smart object. And selecting both this layer, let's scale down the size a little bit, like this, around here. Enter, and I'll just place this somewhere around here like this. And now let's work out with this design. So try to create that effect. So to create this effect, let's apply transform tool, Command Control T, then right click and choose wrap option. And now here's the process. So using the wrap tool, we'll modify the shape of this pattern. So just click, and if you check out over here, what we did is lower point we have shifted it to the top, and this on the bottom. So we'll try to do that. So just select this, Command Control T, right click, wrap option, and just select the point and just drag and drop it on top. And for the lower one, just drag it on the bottom, and we'll just try to maintain the shape like this, and just extend this a little bit like this, and we can just play around with the shape like that for the hand region. Same goes from here as well. We'll just try to stretch it like this. Try to maintain the flow over here, just to make sure their edges are properly aligned with the shoe. So just make sure they're properly aligned like that. Here also we'll try to maintain it with the hand like that, and press enter. And now I'll try to mask out this region. So just select the pen tool and draw some shape from here in the middle portion like this from the hand, and just fill this up whole area. Make selection and just apply mask to this layer. So click on the mask, and with the mask out, just inverse it, Command Control I, and here we go. Let's trigger it, Command Control T. Just group this off for now, and I'll just apply it to the group, then Command Control T and wrap like that. Okay, nice curve over there, and nice curve here as well. Now next thing we're gonna do is to add this depth over here and some glossiness. So to add some depth, what we'll do is we'll add some layers. So add a new layer and clip it to this stretch layer, and change the blend mode to multiply, and let's pick some color, and with the brush tool selected, let's apply it. So just before that, let's make a selection. So with the pen tool, just make an outline like this. The effects we're applying are only at this region, so just make sure you're properly aligning, just like that. Alt, then make a selection, and now let's apply. So brush, increase the brush size, and apply it somewhere around here. So I'll just pick some faded color and let's apply it here. like that, and increase the size with the opacity lesser. Let's try it. Apply 3, just blend it like this, and with the full opacity with the black colors around selected, let's apply it somewhere around here. Then I'll just pick some dark red and apply some dark red tone as well, like this. So you get that nice depth over here. You can reduce the opacity a little bit just to make sure it's properly blend, or you can choose any blend modes which you feel is good. So I'll keep it around multiply like that. Now let's add some glossiness. So add a new layer, apply clipping mask, and change the blend mode to screen, and let's apply some glossiness around here. So I'll pick the color and brush and on Control D and apply it somewhere around here, just a little bit, adding a little bit of brightness. And here as well, pick a color, brush, and just add some brightness like that, little bit of brightness like that. Reduce the opacity and blend it nicely like that. Next we'll add some color dodge. So I'll add color dodge and pick a color, brush, and just like that. Over here as well, we'll make it and reduce the size and increase the opacity and make a streak effect just like this, and just try to blend it with less opacity, and you can see that nice cool effect going there. Let's change this color to overlay, and let's pick some color and brush and apply it to this, just to make sure freshness to our design. Same goes over here. This is overlay and this is color dodge, and here we'll add some depth for the character as well. So I'll add a new layer and we'll change the blend mode to multiply and pick a color. I'll pick this color, brush, and just apply it somewhere around here like this, on the back a little bit like that, and the hand like that. Then we'll pick some darker tone, brush, with the 50% opacity. I'll just apply it somewhere at the back like that, and we can anytime go back with the eraser tool and just blend it properly. And I'll just pick some black color as well with the lowest opacity and apply it to the back, just to add some depth, shadow depth like that. And we can reduce the opacity around 70%, 75%, and you get that nice depth in the design. And lastly, let's add some background color. So let's color overlay, just pick some color, some brighter color like that, click OK then, and then let's add some drop shadow, add a new layer, brush, small brush, and just draw it out like this, small one, something small like that. Here as well, bigger portion there, something bigger and smaller. So what I'll do is I'll go to filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and blur it out. Let's blur this small, a little bit lesser, and click OK. Then with the command Control T, just scale down the size a little bit like that. Enter filter, blur, Gaussian blur, and keep it like this. And I'll just place it just below our hand like that. Reduce the opacity somewhere a little bit around 60. And if you check out, here's our image and here's our funnel. And let's add some text. So I'll just bring in some text and I'll just drag and drop it and place it somewhere around here. I'll just bring it on top. So we'll place this around here, this one around here, and this one around here. And I'll add some background. So I'll add a gradient and let's choose some color. So let's pick some color right now. And if you check out over here, I have given some color tone. So this is the color cone. So I'll just open the gradient color, and this is the color combination. I've added these colors. So the first color is this. I have used this color code. Command Control C, copy it. Okay, and I'll just go there, open this first color, and I'll just paste it around here. Control V. Okay, then I'll go back again, and for the second color, copy this color code. Control C, copy, paste it here. And for the last color code, it's this color code, faded green. Open the gradient color. Here for the last one, just paste the color code. can't be. Okay, and now let's do some adjustments. I'll just bring this around here, and this one, just making a sharp line like there, and click OK. Double click on it, and I'll just move around this. So I'll just place this somewhere around here and click OK. And now if you're happy with this design, you can just keep it this way. Make a selection. So I'll just select this mask option, and using the selection tool, just make a selection like this rectangular selection, and adding some thickness, and then selecting that, apply mask, Alt backspace like that. So if you want it a little brighter, you can just go there and make it brighter like that and click OK. Command D, and here we go. We have added that nice background in the image. And this pixel text, I have created this in a previous tutorial. You can check it out to find how I have created this. And after this, let's talk about how you can create this design. And as you can see, it's little different from our previous design. So what I did over here is, if I go in here in the layer panel, I have got 2 layers. The first one is simple, plain. The second one is the opposite color, and I have used the masking option to blend it. If I hide it, you can see this is the second ring and this is the first. First is from black going to the light gray, and the second one is the opposite, from the light brown it's going to black. And after that, to blend it nicely, I have applied this mask option, where I have used the brush tool and mask out this region and blended this cool effect. So this way you can add some dynamic look or some unique look to your pixel stretch effect design. So let me show you how I have created this. So what I'll do is I'll just hide out all these images, and this is the design which I have created by duplicating those images. And now select the pixel. So using this single column marker tool, just select a pixel from here, somewhere around here, Control C or Command C, then hide it. And after that, I'll just create a new layer, or maybe just select everything and group it up, and I'll add a new layer, and to this paste it with the shift press, just extend the stretch effect, enter, and we'll create 2 duplicate of it. So for the first one, I'll just directly go there, filter, distort, and polar coordinate, and click. So with the first one, we get this design. For the second one, what I'll do is I'll just rotate this. So Command Control T and rotate it like totally opposite direction, enter, and I'll go to filter, distort, and polar coordinate. This will give you that light brown to the black color. So this way I got these 2 colors, and after that what I did is I'll just apply a mask to this layer, and on the mask, using the brush tool with the black color selected, increase the brush size and just blend it properly like this. Apply it, brush 100%, or maybe erase it too, just to blend it, and blend it properly like this. So it's all about blending it with it. And after that, if I just bring in the character, this, and I adjust this and this, just rotate this like this, and with the pen tool, just mask out this region, make selection, okay, group it up, Control G, and apply mask to it, Command I, and here we go. And let's reduce the size a little bit. So I'll just select these 2, Command Control T, and scale down size a little bit according to the hand finger, and that way we have created this effect. After that, I added a text and some cool drop shadow, and you can add some glossiness, highlight, or some depth. So finally, we have completing this pixel stretch effect. We have seen various ways to create this effect. The first way was using the linear stretch effect, where you use the distort option just to give the perspective depth. The second way was using the circular stretch effect, where I have used the polar extrude coordinate option to create that circular ring, and we have added some nice layers of adjustment layer just to give some add, highlights, shadow, and depth. And lastly, we have seen this dynamic pixel stretch effect, where we have used the wrap option and we have tweaked the mesh according to the requirement of our design. And after that, I had added this highlight, shadows, depth, and added this nice background and the text just to give a nice composition to our design. You can use this technique to create out your own design. You can either you are creating a poster design or anything, and you can create out various other concepts using this technique. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Don't forget to check out the next tutorial coming up, and if you want more updates on designing, don't forget to like, share and subscribe this channel. Thank you.